What's going on, everybody? It's Lyriq coming at you with a new YouTube channel that I just made. This is gonna be my first video upload, so I do apologize for the bad camera and sound. I am gonna get some better equipment so I can start recording better quality videos, but I just kind of wanted to get the ball rolling on the whole YouTube thing and record with what I have. So this is going to be a video version of the tournament report I did and posted on the WBO website, which if you're here, you probably already read that tournament report, or at least some of it. So it's going to be a tournament report as well as a deck profile for what I ran. But before we get into the deck profile, make sure you hit that sub button and turn on the notifications, as I will be posting more content here in the near future. Stuff like competitive battles, deck profiles, and unboxings. I actually have a couple of Astral Hello Kitties on the way that should be here any day. I'm probably going to be doing an unboxing for those. And then I have been actually testing the Wind Layer quite a bit, so I might upload some of those battles. But if you guys have any ideas for any sort of videos that you'd like to see, make sure to leave me a comment down below. I'm open to any video ideas right now. So yeah, leave a comment down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. So this is the video version of the tournament report I did for the Seattle Invitational that happened a little less than a week ago, last Sunday on the 18th. And I attended this tournament with two of my team members, D-Master and Itzdro. This tournament was absolutely stacked. Every blader here is what I would consider a top tier blader. The format was pick three, choose one for the prelims, and then in top we did deck format. And so this was a group round robin tournament because we had 16 bladers total. One of them did have to leave early, unfortunately, but to start off we had 16. And naturally both groups were going to be absolutely stacked. My group had players like Jake Jones, It's MJ, and Zector, just to name a few. But you know, both groups were absolutely stacked. This was definitely top tier competition. And so yeah, let me go ahead and get into the deck profile. I decided to run, this is what I ran for the most part, but I did, you know, swap out a couple of parts here and there. And so starting off with Old Faithful, this is Dynamite, F overbearing. So I use this quite a bit. Then next I have, this is my Vanish Longinus wheel drift combo. I really like this combo. It's gotten me out of a lot of sticky situations. I don't know if I would use it again for pick three, choose one. I don't think it's the best for this format, but it is really good against opposite spin matchups. And if you read the tournament report, you probably already know why I might not run it again, or at least not as much as I did in the tournament. So this last guy here is Prominence, Valkyrie, Tapered, Mobius, which is what I usually run it on. But yeah, this guy comes in clutch. So in my first match, I ended up playing Anko de Yonko, who I've actually played before at one of my previous Seattle tournaments. And I believe I won last time. I ended up going this time with Dynamite F, overbearing, just as you see here. And he ended up using a Guilty combo, Guilty Fafnir over High Extend Dash, actually. And he ended up winning. I didn't get so lucky this time. He actually outspun me 3 times. Final score was 3-1. The High Extend was just too good against the bearing. And when I saw his combo, I was still feeling pretty confident. I thought I could still pull it off, but like I said, I didn't get so lucky this time. So yeah, he ended up beating me 3-1, I think. So congrats to him on his W. And then in the next round, the second round, I faced off against its MJ. And for that round, I actually ended up going with a different Fafnir combo. I ended up going Vanish, or sorry, I keep calling it Fafnir. I mean Vanish. I used this Vanish combo, Vanish Longinus over Bearing, which is what I was originally planning on running during the tournament. My original plan was to run some sort of Vanish Longinus, whether overbearing or on zone maybe. But like I said, I'm a little biased towards this particular combo here because it's gotten me out of some sticky situations. But for pick 3 choose 1, I don't think I'd be using this as much as I did in the last tournament. I think I would probably go with something like this. But yeah, this is what I used against its MJ. He ended up using pretty much the exact same thing, except he was running it on zone plus Z. So I ended up winning 3-1. Just the stamina on Bearing was just too good. I outspun him 3 times. So I ended up taking the dub on that one. In my third match, I actually played against Aiden Sonko, who is a really, really good young player. I was a little nervous because Aiden was my only individual loss during the prelims of the previous or the most recent team tournament that we had. So yeah, I also wanted to get kind of get him back at this tournament. So I was hoping I could take the dub, and I did. I ended up winning. I want to say it was 3-1. He was running Dynamite F Tapered Bearing on high mode actually, and for that match I actually ran my Dynamite. Can't remember if I used Giga or Over, but I know for sure I used High Extend. And so that worked out in my favor because I think I ended up winning 3-0 or 3-1. High Extend's just too good against Bearing on same spin. But yeah, I was, like I said, I was pretty nervous because Aiden is a super good blader and he has some crazy combos. My team and I were actually really impressed by his performance at the team tournament. We kept on our way back to Portland. We were talking about how good this kid was because he had some crazy combos, and he was running his Dynamite F on high mode, which I hadn't really seen too much before, so it was really interesting. But yeah, so I'm glad I was able to pull that one off. In my fourth match, I actually played against Zector, and prior to the match, I had already kind of predetermined, prior to the tournament, I should say, I had kind of predetermined that I was going to run this guy against either of my team members, against Zector, Jake Jones, and its MJ, which I did use it against its MJ, but I didn't end up using it against Zector. I actually made the fatal flaw of going with this Vanish combo here, which is really good against right spins, obviously, but it pretty much auto loses to any left spinning Beyblades. So yeah, he ended up going Vanish, Longinus, I want to say overbearing, which as soon as I saw what he was using, I was like, okay, should we even do the match? I mean, I'm going to get 3-0'd, which is exactly what happened. I ended up losing 3-0, just because, like I said, this does pretty much auto lose to left spins. But yeah, so I lost that one. That was my fourth match. And then for my fifth match, I actually played against Jake Jones. And you would think I learned my lesson from the previous match with Zector, but I didn't. This match was actually an exact replay of the previous match where I'm like, he's probably going to go with Dynamite, or at least that's what I thought he would do. And he ended up going with the same thing that Zector used, Vanish, Longinus, overbearing, if I'm not mistaken. And so I got 3-0'd there too. I kind of learned my lesson there. I was like, okay, you know what? I probably shouldn't be using this too much in pick 3, choose 1. I should probably use something a little bit more versatile like this build here. Vanish, Longinus, Overbearing, and then maybe run this on Illegal or Giga with High Extend. Oops, sorry, I dropped the Beyblade here. So that was my 5th match. And then for my 6th match, I played my fellow team member. It's Dro. I was kind of already checked out at this point. I was like, there's no way either of us are going to make the top cuts. So I kind of decided to have a little fun with it. Oops, my camera needs to be adjusted here. So yeah, I decided to have a little bit of fun with it, sort of troll him a little bit, because I figured he was going to go Dynamite, either Overbearing or over High Extend. And so I used this guy here, Guilty Bahamut, over High Extend. I got the idea from my first round match against Anko the Yonko. However, I am not as good as Anko with this Guilty on High Extends, apparently. So I ended up outspinning Dro in the first round. Oh, and he used Dynamite over High Extend. I don't know if I mentioned that. Either over High Extend or Giga High Extend. I can't remember, but I do know it was on High Extend. And so I ended up using this. I did outspin him in the very first round, and I got a good kick out of that. But then I proceeded to knock myself out 3 times, I want to say, just completely overlaunched. He might have outspun me one or, I want to say at least once. I know for sure I knocked myself out at least twice, if not all 3. But I just didn't practice enough with the combo prior to the tournament. And like I said, I was kind of trolling, so, the stakes were really low. And this combo is really fun. I have been practicing with it a little bit. I wouldn't use it in a serious match, but it is a really good combo. So anyways, that was my 6th match. I ended up losing 3-1 in that one. And then for my 7th match, I actually ended up playing against Master Dante. Master Dante is another one of the younger bladers, I'd say, and he is really good. He shows up to almost all the tournaments, at least all the Seattle tournaments that I've been to, he's been at. And he ended up using a Guilty combo against me, to which I don't want to say countered with, but I guess I lucked out because I ended up going Prominence in that match, and Prominence has a pretty good matchup against Guilty combos. I ran it just like this on Tapered and Mobius, and I think I ended up winning 3-1. So my overall record at the end of the day was 3-4. Not exactly what I was going for, but I did have a lot of fun, and I did learn a lot from my losses. Specifically the losses that had to do with this guy here. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I'll be using him as much in the future for pick 3, choose 1. I would say Dynamite and Vanish were definitely the most represented at this tournament, at least in the preliminaries. We did see the Wind Layers come in big in the finals. Both Jake Jones and It's MJ were running wind combos, and if I could go back and change anything, I would probably just not run this combo. I know I'm kind of like going in on it, but I just feel like this was a big mistake. I should have ran something like this, something a little bit more versatile. So Vanish, Longinus, Overbearing, or over High Extend or something. No, not High Extend, excuse me. Zone plus Z. Overall the tournament was super fun, super competitive. Shout out to Zector for organizing the whole thing, and congratulations to the top 4 bladers, Zorn, Plot Armor, Jake Jones, and the new PNW title champion, It's MJ. I look forward to organizing tournaments here in the near future. Like I said, make sure you sub and turn the notifications on, as I will be posting more content to this channel. So, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. if you guys have any questions or comments or any ideas for any videos that you'd like to see, make sure to leave a comment down below. And but yeah, that's everything for my tournament report / deck profile. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next video.